just opaque, that there's a looseness, there's a great freedom given there to the authorities. I mean, in other words, the risk is based on what they define the risk to be, rather than actually properly set out scientifically.
Absolutely. It'll no longer be based on medical evidence. So when you go to court and they can get a court order ex parte, which means that you don't have to even be there. You don't have the right to be there and see, hear and test the evidence.
So somebody from the health area can go into court, say, we believe this person over here is a risk. You're not even there. Might be a risk.
With no definitive proof.
And then what happens next? Then they get a court, let's say they're successful in the ex parte action. What happens then?
They can get a court order placed against the person, the premises or the thing. So I would say that the person would be some sort of medical intervention. When it comes to the thing and the premises, they can be detained. So seized. The government can seize your assets. They can also destroy your assets. It explicitly states that in the consultation.
That's extraordinary. And can I be? Can I just be pushed into the back of an ambulance and brought off and jabbed inside the hospital with a vaccine I don't want to take?
According to page 47, yes.
So I can be removed. I could be removed and taken off to hospital against my consent. But on what grounds?
If you are a risk.
But how do they define being a risk?
This is, everybody's focusing on page 47, which is what they're going to do. The rest of the document is more about how they are going to do it. So how they're going to do it is that the issue is that you do have rights. Be it inalienable human rights, you do have this rights, but there's a provision within that you do no harm. So they're creating this scenario that you are a risk and a harm to circumvent your rights. And they're changing the rule of law, and they're changing the rule of the magistrates court to achieve this, where they're reducing the reasonable suspicion that is needed. So it's no longer medical evidence that's needed. It's very vague. So it'll be computer modeling or a theoretical risk where you could present harm. You may be a risk. It's very, very vague language. They don't even identify what a notifiable disease is. And it's an all hazards approach. So all hazards means an expansion of the risks and harms that the government need to protect you from, and they force their protectionism on you and criminalize you if you don't accept it. They need this totalitarian control because what I have seen happen is, so you have a real asset, and the economy has been increasing financialised. So that has been bet against, barred against, insured against, and so on. So money was made from money. That is starting to break down. So now you've noticed that they're going after the real assets. And that's why you see these natural asset companies and the like. So they're going after real assets, and the people are a real asset. So they need to control people before they realise that there's no backing to any of this. And for me, what I'm seeing is they're just going to keep on running. Inflation is going to continue until everything breaks, and they're trying to get in control over the people. Because right now the people are controlled through the monetary system.
So they're trying to get ahead of the masses calling for them, basically, I think is what you're saying.
If this idea is that we can remove your civil liberties in order to protect you, or if we can surveil you and monitor you, we can protect you that way. So if everybody just gets a digital ID, you allow for mass surveillance, then we can just go back to our daily lives. The same thing that they did with the COVID pass. If you just take the pass, then you can go back to living your life. If you don't accept the pass, you don't get to live your life. You don't get to participate in society anymore. They have to get in digital ID before they can progress with CBDC. They need the data, and then they combine that data with the control mechanism of CBDC.
Because they made an attempt in Geneva, I'm sure you're aware of this, at the World Health Assembly, to get the whole world to move into the